The workman's comp case, I was driving on I-75, got off I-75 and started heading westbound on US 54 and got rear-ended by a tractor trailer.
When I first met Mike, he had been in law enforcement, so he'd been in the legal system before, but he'd never been on that side of it. He had a lot of questions, he had a lot of concerns, and you could just tell that his guard was up, very reasonably so. So I wanted to make sure in that first meeting that he knew that he could trust me. He knew that I would fight for him, that I was there for him.
That was the saving grace, to be honest with you, because I felt like, I had a very strong individual, fighting for me, for what she thought that I deserved, and she wasn't going to take anything less than what I deserved. And we would communicate back on for phone, counter offer after counter offer. We did counter offer about 13 or 14 times. That's how bad it got.
When you're going through a legal case, there's a lot of highs and lows. There's days where it feels like everything is going exactly the way it should, and then there's days where it feels like nothing's going right and your life is falling apart and you just don't know what to do. But when you have an attorney, and when Mike and I worked together, we were able to trust one another and able to fight through together and to solve problems and to get through the other side.
And finally, after about the 14th one, it got me to a number where I thought, I'll be okay for, for a little while on this. So, I winded up accepting it. But if it wasn't for her being aggressive as she is, in a situation like that with these insurance companies, and fighting for the customer, there's no way that you'll have a happy client. She really went after them, with a hammer, and she got the job done.
After settling Mike's first workers' compensation case, you could just tell that a burden had been lifted. He felt like he had control again, he felt like he had choices again, and you could just tell that he was able to move on to life because there's life beyond every case. And the most important thing for me is I knew that I had someone who trusted me and who felt comfortable, that if he ever had any problem again, that he could reach out to me.